Hello, hello there. So before I get rolling, if you like this content, please hit the that and the subscribe, otherwise I forget. So yeah, I'm going to talk a bit about what happens when you have like an opening, like a direct experience of clear seeing, of the all-seeing eye, and there's a recognition that opens you into the vastness, and you come to experience this absolute direct knowing that this is it. This is what you've been searching, because when you're in this experience, there's nothing missing, and that confirms that this must be, yeah, this must be home if there's nothing missing. And in that moment, in that experience, whether you've had it through satsang, being in satsang, in a divine transmissional field, or alone in your shower, or some psychedelic journey, or whatever situation you're in, when you have this stopping, this absolute stop, direct seeing, direct knowing, and there's this knowing, yeah, and it's clear. I'm just going to turn my phone off. It's clear, and you know, you have the confirmation that you and godliness are one. There never has been a separate self, and when you search, you can't find another self that you could call I. You just can't find it anywhere, because all there is this, and that's it. There's no turning back from that. That's it. That's the end of the search. Yeah. However, it's not very long before, it's often not very long before the mind gets going again with all its stuff, and the seeming covering of this open space by thoughts and whatever it is that's clouding can bring about the experience of, I had it, then I lost it. All these little bits come to be seen, right? And yeah, you may come to understand that that's just another thought, and you drop deeper into what you actually are, and it doesn't matter about the thoughts, it doesn't matter about whatever the mind is doing, it doesn't matter about what you're experiencing emotionally, it doesn't matter about any of that. Still, you know beyond all doubt what you are. And this changes something forever. It changes, there's no way back. However, you will have to stumble. You will have to stumble. I like to call it the stumbling is the humbling. If there's anyone here who got it, or got enlightened, or became an awakened one, or whatever it is, that will cause stumbling, because there are aspects of your made up self that will need to be lived through from this perspective. It all comes back. It all comes here to be seen through. So all that patterning, all that play in relationships, all the little ways of the games that has been learned in the system of manipulation or false power, or all the stuff that roots back down to core wounding and core beliefs in who you thought you were. All that stuff is going to be an attraction point that still brings situations your way. It's you, actually. It's you signaling that attraction point to come your way so that you can actually walk through this in a whole new way with a new vision. And as you walk with it, as you see these behaviors pop up that are causing all kinds of turmoil and the experience of separation and struggle and whatever it is, it's the moment of truth. And when nothing matters more to you than the deepest truth, the highest truth, when this is your highest value, then no matter what struggle you see, no matter what clinging, no matter what attachment, no matter what self-protection mechanism, no matter what fear, all of that bundle of stuff, the moment you see what's playing and you're true to what you're seeing, that goes through a dying process, right? And in that process, there can be stumbling because if you haven't got used to living this way, you don't yet know what's going on. Like, hang on a minute, I recognized I am that which looks through every pair of eyes. I am that. And there is no other self here. And yet I'm clinging to this story. The mind is clinging to this story and not letting go. And all these behaviors come into the light, yeah, in the ways in which you self-protect and manipulate and all the learned stuff. It's all now being seen, seen, seen. And there can be some stumbling in this. And at some point, in ego death, there's a humbling. There's a humbling because what you thought that you've arrived somewhere and nothing can touch this pure awareness, which it can't. However, when you identify as someone as that, you're now going to be shown, how about in the face of this? And how about in the face of rejection? And how does this one feel? How's this bit of shame? How do you like shame? How do you like jealousy? All those human. So you have to see the way that you are used to behaving and give it up. Give it up. Give it up. You will be called to get down off any horse you've climbed up on. Yeah. And this is beautiful because then you're shedding the layers of me. Because even though none of that is you, none of that is who you are, and you know that none of that is who you are, you may still be experiencing as if, and then all the mechanisms that haven't been walked through from this perspective, they have to be met intimately, with honesty, with deeper understanding, with the feeling body. With love for the human, with humility. And in that, there is an emptying out. More space for who you really are, with a deeper understanding. And now is more coming into the body life. And so this process that I call the stumbling is the humbling is naturally following a great opening. Every time there's a great opening, it may be followed by a contraction for the next load of emptying out. The stumbling is the humbling. And this is beautiful because this is really where you get the teaching directly, intimately as you walk and you begin to embody what you realize. And any kind of denial slows the whole thing down. Any kind of unwillingness to face the shadow aspects. So we go into all of this in these retreats. I have a 6-day retreat coming up in the ALGARVE in about less than a month, about 3.5 weeks, Easter. And yeah, it's a very powerful field. And the people who come, they sit, it's like sitting in a kind of a circle. And each one is, they're at various stages of this recognition, realizing, processing. And yet it's one, we create one body of energy. And this space is held in direct experience. That's my only job. To make sure that this is all the time right here, met as one. That's what I do, what I offer, out of not doing. And then it will happen that one by one, you know, speaking will happen, and then someone will, and one by one, there'll be a direct inquiry, a direct investigation, a direct processing, a journey we take together with one of the participants. We take a journey, we go through something to bring it into greater expansion and clear seeing. Oh! Why does this always happen when I'm making a video? There's a knock on the door. So I will continue with another video following this. For this moment, no, I won't. I'll continue now. So So yeah, there's this direct processing that goes on with each one. And as that one, they may go through a struggle, you know, and I meet you, if it's you on the chair, right in the midst of this struggle, and I take you in completely. And then I move with you, I move with you, and move with you until it opens. And that is a complete and utterly non-doing on my side. I just simply take you in and move with you into expansion. You show me, and I go there. Yeah. And as this opens, everybody in the room opens. And at the same time that everyone in the room opens, it also triggers something waiting in someone else that wants to be freed, that wants to be seen, that wants to be processed, that wants to be, and the next hand will go up. And then we go, and we go, and we go until that opens. So this carries on, dun, 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 dun. And each time it will open those in the space who are ready, and those who are ready to meet a deeper layer, it will bring that. So it's quite an intensity, and it's quite, you know, it's amazing. It's amazing because what each one comes to see is that there is no other. When someone's going through some kind of holding, say, for example, it's an abandonment wound, wherever that is in the room, it's going to start working on that. So when it opens with the one in the chair, it opens everywhere. And that's how we meet as one body. So session by session, this goes deeper. Every session it gets deeper, and day by day. And sometimes this can go through some really deeply challenging places. And I always, always, always know that it's exactly in the right place. It's exactly, exactly, exactly going to greater expansion. So yeah, if you are unable or are not ready or unable to jump in and join us in the ALGARVE in this intimate setting, then it's non-residential. You would need to find accommodation. But if you're not ready to come in person, I'd love you to come. It's much more alive in the hot seat. Yet, so many always say that when they join online, they go through the same process. So yeah, that's it from me right now. And all my love in this stumbling. As we return home together as one. Thank you for staying with your interest until now.